guys, so today's video is going to be a review and demo on the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I recently just switched to using this foundation. I used to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation, but I wanted to try something new, and this foundation is great. Honestly, I have very few bad things to say about this foundation, so before we get into the demo, let me just tell you some pros and cons that I found with using this foundation. First, I want to say that I have been using this foundation for a month off and on. When I've been doing my makeup, that is the foundation that I've been using. In the past few videos that you guys have seen, that is the foundation that I'm wearing. So I feel like I've been using it long enough to have a little bit of an opinion about it. First, I'll start out with the pros. The first thing that I have to say is this is a very inexpensive foundation as far as drugstore foundations go. This was only $6 at my local Walmart, which I feel like is on the lower end when it comes to drugstore foundations. That being said, for the price of this foundation, I think it works amazingly. It is very medium to full coverage, and it's definitely a buildable foundation, so you won't look cakey if you build this up. Honestly, to me, this foundation is a matte foundation, but that could also be because I paired this with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer and also the Stay Matte Pressed Powder. Another thing that I want to say about how well this applies is that it does not oxidize. Basically, if a foundation is an oxidizing foundation, it will look completely different shades as from when you apply it to like 5 hours from when you've applied it. This foundation, however, does not oxidize, so it's going to look the exact same shade from when you put it on to when you take your makeup off at night. Jumping back to talking about it being a medium to full coverage foundation, I definitely see that it covers most of my imperfections. I have a pretty nasty, I don't know what that is, on my cheek, and it covered most of that. It would definitely cover the entire thing had I built it up a little bit more, but that doesn't really bother me, so I didn't build it up completely. Another thing that I wanted to say, and I will show you guys right now as I'm talking about it, is that I have a crazy amount of pores kind of under my eye area and on my nose, and they are very noticeable, but whenever I use this foundation, I've noticed that it covers all of that without even a blurry primer or anything like that. It covers everything, and you can't even see my blackheads or all the pores that are in my face, which is something that I honestly love because I hate the look of all my blackheads and my pores. And I've honestly never used a foundation that I have found to completely cover those without the help of another product. The last pro that I want to mention about this foundation is that it comes with a pump, which is great because it's very sanitary. Rather than dipping your brush in there to get the product out or dumping it out and wasting product, you can just pump it out and it works great. I love products that come with pumps, and I think I've only ever had like 2 other foundations that I bought that had a pump, which honestly I would prefer a foundation with a pump. Jumping over to the negative side of this foundation, the only things that I really have to say that are negative about it, which are very few things. The first and most major point that I want to make about this foundation is that it does not come in a wide shade of colors, at least not where I purchased it. Maybe if you look online you can find it in a wider selection of colors. However, my Walmart only carried 4 different shades, and as I will show you when I'm applying this foundation, it is just a little bit too dark for my skin tone, and I feel like the lightest shade, which was only 1 shade lighter than this, would have been way too light for my skin tone, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If I'm supposed to buy 2, mix them together, I don't know. But I think that it would be a great idea for them to definitely invest in some more shades. Another thing that I saw as a more negative side of this foundation is that it dries fairly quickly, so I definitely recommend working in sections like I do in the demonstration of this. One other thing that was a negative side to me that I noticed, it really doesn't bother me all that much, but I know some people this will be something that makes or breaks this foundation for them, and that is that it settles just a little bit into my expression lines. I have hella expression lines on my forehead right between my eyebrows because I always like furrow my brows. I just always constantly am like furrowing my face, so that causes all of my foundations to just crease right in there. However, I've noticed that it doesn't settle into the lines under my eyes or anywhere else. I think it's just because I furrow my face so freaking much that that's why it settles into those. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on, which isn't really a con to me, it doesn't really bother me personally because my skin is not super sensitive, but it does have kind of a perfumey scent to it. It smells really weird. Does not smell like a foundation that I've ever used, and honestly I cannot describe the way that it smells. It smells kind of perfumey, but it also smells like chemically, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. So those are all the things that I find to be a good side and a bad side to this foundation. If you guys have tried this foundation, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are there more shades than just 4? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up and I'll put it somewhere in this video if I found more shades than just 4. That's really all I have to say. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review and demo video. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything else you guys would like for me to test out and review. So once again, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.